let's go, let's go, let's do this. Another episode of Two Plant-Based Brothers coming to you live from sweltering, sweaty San Diego, California. Hopefully, by the time this airs, this heat wave will have ended. But I'm William the
Nope.
teacher, and this is my
Um,
brother.
Daniel Nowanick beard on the trail, and I say I don't think so.
And it's brutal. I mean, this is like the hottest summer in March that ever has
Yeah,
happened.
it's pretty hot.
So, yeah. So, this is episode 29. We're gonna talk about a few different things, but we're coming down to the end of Lent, so just a kind
Mhm.
of one of the last check-ins, if not the last. I have to check my calendar to see where we're at. But how you feeling?
Feeling good. I want a burrito so bad. I think mentally, not physical withdrawals or anything. But yeah, no, I'm ready. It feels more like a sacrifice, like maybe it's supposed to, than I
Hmm.
initially thought it would be. The caffeine, easy, drink decaf coffee, whatever. Like that's not like I'm not never needed caffeine, so to speak. But the burritos, the tortillas, the chips. I see my kids eating chips. I want a chip so bad. I'm ready, but I'm still doing strong. Still haven't done it. How about you?
Yeah, I mean, it's just for me, it's just like once I get in a routine, I'm in a routine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, it's just like I don't know, every night I'm looking for something to munch on. And fortunately,
Mhm.
there's a lot of stuff in my house, and
Yeah.
you know, just got to say, can't do it, you
Hmm.
know. But yeah, just trying to stick to as many whole foods as possible, and anything that's packaged, just make sure it's got the regular ingredients,
Hmm.
I mean, just like whatever it may be.
Yeah.
For example, peanut butter, peanuts and salt. Okay,
Peanuts.
done. Done. I think the most difficult thing that I started before Lent was Raw Wednesdays. It's really starting to wear wear on me a little.
Were you doing that for the duration of Lent? I can't
I
remember.
was going to do it forever. I
Okay.
mean, until it became a thing and people started hashtagging Raw Wednesdays.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's getting a little difficult, man. I
Okay.
want to put some crunchy stuff in my salad, my big salad, and it's just like,
But
okay,
nuts are crunchy.
I know I put
I did
sesame
that
seeds,
today. I did
not sesame seeds,
pistachios.
sunflower seeds.
Yeah, I did sunflower seeds. I've done pistachios. I love pumpkin seeds.
Yeah. So anyway, there's that. And before we jump in, I just want to do a
Mhm.
quick product review for anyone who from New Era who's watching or buyer beware.
They're big
Okay.
fans of two
Yeah.
plant-based brothers. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of this New Era Flex 3930 hat,
Hmm.
right? Large, extra large is what I get. I have about five of these hats. This is my oldest one,
Okay.
right?
Fits
Okay.
you nicely on camera.
Yeah, and look at this. I can shake my head. It pretty much stays. It's gone through a little wear and tear, so
Mhm.
you know, putting on and off, it gets a little stretchy, right?
Yeah.
Now, my newest one, as some of you have seen in previous episodes, is once again, it's New Era. Okay,
Hmm.
this is a 3930. It's large, extra large. It's the same size, same brand, everything. Watch this.
You're
Are you
swimming in
kidding
it.
me?
You're
Swimming in
swimming.
this. I'm drowning in it.
Yeah, that's it.
And yeah, a little something that people who watched previous episodes didn't know that I use this uh, paper
Okay.
to secure it to my head.
I guess it looks better with the paper. I didn't realize how silly it
Yeah,
looks without the paper.
yeah, because no, I let the whole world know. Buyer beware if you're buying a Team Canada World Baseball Classic and you're going to buy the same hat, the same size that you've done before, it might be too big for you, just so you know.
Do you think it has anything to do that maybe it was imported from Canada? Do you think they made it in Canada or
I don't think so. I think it was they're pulling a fast one on everyone buying Canadian hats.
how we got them?
Probably a big run and they just wanted to laugh at us. So and I gave they asked for a review. I gave a review, a 1-star review. No one contacted me. I
Yeah.
tried to respond to the email that says we want your feedback, but it's a no reply,
Mhm.
and they don't care. And so I have to second guess my favorite hat now. I don't know if I'm going to keep buying New Era 3930 Flex Fit hats, large, extra large.
Well, maybe not online, but you can go in store.
All right. All
Like
right.
those
Anyway,
hard hat purchases? That's where I get all my hats. I don't think I've ever bought one online, though I was tempted this most recent World Series because I have a Dodger hat that has the
yeah.
2024 World Series champion, and I was getting get the 2025. They didn't have my size online.
Hmm.
And so I was like, okay, no, I won't get it. And I still haven't bought it. But then I started thinking, not all of 7 3/8 is what my head is, are created equal. I've tried them
Well,
on in
that's
store.
baloney. I'm
I've tried them on
sorry.
in
You
store.
can,
They're a
yeah,
little different. You can
yes,
go to it.
baloney.
And because I've bought hats at every ballpark I've been to. We've had an
Yeah,
episode on ballparks, right? About this. That's my thing. It, I've gone 7 1/4 for some hats instead of 7 3/8 because it was better fitting. And there is a new era. It's the same fitted hat. It's not even a stretchy one, right? So just goes to show you that if you're looking for perfection, it's not there with New Era. And
it's
by the
not.
way, this
But
is not New Era. I told William before we started, Pung, whatever company that is, made in Bangladesh. It's for my son's little league, Eastlake. So they did
yeah,
not get the New Era branded
it's
hats.
not for the former Pacific Northwest
Yeah,
short
champions.
season Eugene Emeralds, former um, former farm team for the San Diego Padres. It's not.
Gotcha.
So anyway, what are we talking about this week? Let's get started.
We are talking about fitness, I think outside of hiking and walking. That's kind of how I've kind of themed it up for us today, this week. So things that we're doing in our lives to try and keep our body in motion, but also strength training, keeping our body fit and getting towards fitness as much as we can and striving to our other goals. So William, you shared with me last week that you have a goal of yours. You want to share it with everybody?
I don't remember if I said I had a goal.
I thought it was a
I think
goal.
I thought you set the goal. No, I started trying planking.
Planking.
And yeah, and 10 seconds was excruciating the first time, and
Mhm.
then 15 seconds, and then 20 seconds, and then we'll see every other day, just seeing if we can match it. But I don't know where the goal was, but I think you told me that I might needed to get to a minute by the end of the second
I
week or
think I said
something.
2 minutes, but maybe it was
Wow, 2 minutes. Jeez Louise, man.
maybe it was working up to that, and then I think you reacted the same way when I said 2 minutes.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
I said, hey, progress 5 seconds a day, and you're going to
yeah,
be on your way, right? So
yeah.
how have you been doing since the 10 seconds? Have you continued at it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I've gotten 20 seconds now.
All
So
right, doubled it. Cool. That's
yeah.
great. And so what's your goal for or maybe what's your reasoning for planking? I thought that's why you had an original goal to be able to plank.
The No, it was just so things that I've done in the past, right? That were quite good for me, but didn't last. One thing was swimming.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a pool in our complex, but we used to live right by the pool.
Mm-hmm.
So I could look out my bedroom window and see, oh, there's no one in the pool. I'm gonna go do some laps. And that was good. And then we moved across the street, and now I don't get the access to the pool as easily. But
Yeah.
I don't want to get in there and have a bunch of kids jumping around or going crazy and cannonballs and things like that. But
Yeah.
that was pretty good. And another thing that I kind of got away from was doing these incline planks, I guess you could say,
Mm-hmm.
on bus stop benches as I'm walking.
Yeah.
And I got a heavy pack and just doing some I don't know if that's called a plank or not because
Mm-hmm.
it's not the same, but just really trying to work something else
Mm-hmm.
besides basically what I'm doing is my legs, and I guess my arms get a little bit, you can feel it here.
Mm-hmm.
I feel pretty good, but yeah, it's just I probably saw some video or something saying it was a really good workout.
Mm-hmm.
I said, how hard could this be? And then it turns
Mm-hmm.
out it's really hard.
It is. It's all like you're engaging a lot, aren't you? You're
Yeah.
engaging your
Oh
core,
man.
your shoulders, your
Core.
arms,
Yeah.
legs, even your toes, right? Depending on how
Yeah.
you position your toes or whether you have shoes on. Yeah, full
No.
body, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. It's a nice little thing, but a little I don't want to say humiliating at first, but definitely knowing that, man, you need to do some
Mm-hmm.
more strength training, up here,
Mm-hmm.
because I don't know. Seems like a good move, as we say.
Yeah,
Yeah. But
yeah,
you've been hitting the gym. You've been doing a lot of different stuff, though.
I have been, and then I took a little break, and so let's share with everyone that I think couple months ago now, like we joined a gym. Definitely had incorporated strength training most of the week, like 4 days a week. I was doing 2 days upper body, 2 days lower body, off and on, or not off and on, but like rotating. And
Yeah.
then I started doing yoga on Wednesdays, probably in the last month. With my wife, and that's been actually a lot of fun doing that with her. And so I kind of when we traveled to New York, and then we're kind of moving we're moving next week. We're traveling next week. I kind of took a pause on the strength training aspect, still doing the yoga on Wednesdays, mostly because I wanted to do something different. I was looking for something different. I was kind of getting bored of it. I was started increasing some of my lifts, so like anywhere, and I was doing a lot of machines and
Hmm.
cables
Yeah.
for it, and it's probably just general like pulling exercises a lot for the upper body because I have a injury to my right shoulder, and then for the legs mostly machines. Calf, whatever you call those. What do you call that? Not calves, but hamstring curls. Yeah, hamstring curls, and leg extensions. So one you pull down, the other one you push up, right? As well like calf raises and things like that. So, anyways, most recently I wanted to share is that I actually took an opportunity at the gym. They have a chiropractic clinic
Hmm.
in the gym, and I said there's a guy had a little sign out, and it says, "Hey, try a free demo lesson." And so he did. I was like, I was actually on the treadmill, and I don't like to like stand in line for these things, so I was on the treadmill watching him from across the gym, and I saw, "Ooh, somebody left. If nobody goes up there, I'm gonna go get my free demo." So I bolted. I turned off my treadmill, wipe it down, go bolt it for this free demo, and man, was he hurting me. Now, very tall gentleman, big guy, probably like 6'3", perhaps 6'4", maybe, and very strong. I'm 5'10" and 3/4, a little smaller. I weigh 140 pounds, so I'm pretty slender now. And so he started putting his forearm like on my neck and started like just pushing down it. And he basically said, my neck feels like steel. So, as I shared on this channel before, I had tonsil cancer last year, had radiation all around my neck, and apparently there's a lot of trauma on all of my muscles here. So, I've been working with him the last few weeks, last couple weeks, and kind of figuring out where I want to go next. And a lot of that is fixing my neck, upper back, and my middle back. Do you want to know what I found out in all this process? And first question, actually, have you ever been to a chiropractor?
No.
No. Have you ever
I'm
wanted
I'm
to?
a big skeptic. I'm a
Here,
skeptic when it comes to that.
me too. Me too.
So someone told me once a long time ago. So once you start going to a chiropractor, you have to keep going to them,
I
and they're
prescribed
gonna.
for that too. They probably same person probably told us.
No, it was actually a former boss of mine, a guy I worked for 25 years ago, maybe,
Okay.
or 20.
His
Gosh,
name,
oh my goodness, yeah, 25 years ago
his
now.
name wasn't Jake, was it?
No, his name was Glenn.
Okay. So,
But
anyways, I
yeah,
was equally skeptical of that because I felt the same thing. I'm like, oh, it's like those 5 minutes adjustments, like you're in and out, like whatever. What is that going to do for you, right? But what's nice about it being a part of the gym, what I've discovered is actually it's kind of a holistic approach to chiropractic. It's not medicine. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Maybe it is medicine. Chiropractic practice, and it really working at soft tissue as well. So the muscles and bones and everything. So because it's part of the gym, it's really integrated into I think the physical fitness aspect of how my body is reacting to certain things. And so it's most of the time my appointment is about 30-35 minutes. He's actually working on my muscles too. And so it's been really interesting and really painful to figure it out. But you want to know what he discovered that I wasn't necessarily aware of with my back. Yes, William.
my guess is
Mhm.
that the radiation treatment turned you into like a superhero,
No,
right?
I
You
wish.
are the man of steel, right? Your neck turned to steel. Am I
That would be
right?
nice. I like that. I
Is
wish
that
I
what you
would have
found
thought
out?
that of that, segue. That would have been great. I am not the man of steel, though it feels like my neck is. Man, that's got to be some sort of superpower, right? Of just having strong, like
Yeah,
tight
man.
muscles. I don't know.
I mean, if
But-
your bones are steel, though, no one could
Mhm.
break them, right? If someone punched you in the
Right.
face, they break their hand.
So maybe the muscle is protecting the bones, right? A lot of it is like just trauma, right? It's like my body's reacting to that radiation, and now it's very tense. But and I think I've always known this, and I don't know if you ever got this from mom. I don't remember her really getting on us too much for slouching, but I'm a big sloucher. I'm a big sloucher. And so like my back, I have a curved back, right? Which I think I already knew that. I just didn't know how necessarily bad it was and how much work it would take to actually straighten out a little bit. And so I asked him today, I was like, am I going to gain any height in stretching this out? Because I'm really excited at 5'10" and 3/4. I was hoping for 6 foot, but he said, yeah,
Yeah,
maybe a half inch or so. So I can get to 5'11".
that's awesome.
But yeah, so he's really working that. So a big part of that, and he gave me exercises. So a lot of what I'm working on right now is really strengthening my back in particular. And so I have some really interesting neck exercises that I'm doing. Some where I'm lying flat on the ground and like doing he called it an I, a Y, and a T with my arms, and really engaging my back of kind of like pinching it, not necessarily arm exercise. So I'm doing that. I'm doing yoga, really all to help, I think, eventually kind of segue this back to our fitness, helping hiking. Carrying that backpack load, I think is so important that I do it not only properly, but I strengthen it so that I don't injure myself of sorts, especially as we start putting in more miles over the next couple months, right? So that's kind of my little spiel of where I'm at with physical fitness. Still walking a lot, not as much as you, William, but still getting out on our walks in the mornings to get those steps in.
Yeah, I mean that's great. I mean honestly, and I think you hit on a lot of key points here. As far as strengthening, you know, the back and the muscles and things like this, because we do have long-term goals, and
Yes.
of carrying a 50-pound pack probably, or maybe a little
Mhm.
bit less than 50 pounds, but it
Mhm.
really does it really will put some wear and tear on your whole body. But
Mhm.
making sure you're doing that. I'm really interested in the yoga aspect here. This is
Mhm.
something I think a lot of people do, and a lot of people are into.
Mhm.
One of our former colleagues, I guess your colleague, my boss,
Mhm.
actually a few years ago, God, 10 years ago now, had us
Mhm.
all doing yoga on the eighth floor patio there at the
Remember
old
that.
building.
Mhm.
And I still do sometimes some of those poses, I guess you could
Mhm.
say, to stretch out and to, kind of, feel like I'm working the core a little bit, you
Mhm.
know. But is this something that you're incorporating daily into like a stretching routine? Is
So I am doing stretching for my back, and so like I'm using a foam roller in
Mhm.
particular, and that's actually like a good 10 to 15 minute exercises. I also have physical therapy for my shoulders, so doing that, that's kind of the majority of my stretching, or that is kind of upper. For the yoga we do, it's on like I said, every Wednesday, so just doing it once a week. I
okay.
did try another one last Friday. I was doing twice a week, but it was a flow. I don't know if you know the difference of kind of like a flow type yoga when you're kind of going through lots of different poses relatively quickly versus something where you hold the pose. And I don't know the name of the holding one, but you're holding it for a longer period of time.
I
And the
think
one
that's called voguing.
voguing, hold the pose. Gotcha. Yeah. See, that's when you got to do the drum. But and William just dated himself there, right? And so for the yoga that we do and holding the poses, sometimes it's like for 2 to 3 minutes in that pose. So it's a long time where you're doing it, but I really like it in that it's helping with flexibility of my legs. It's a lot
Mhm.
of like lower body, which I think helps with hiking and running, as I'm going to get back into that here soon. And so it's been kind of nice, but it's dang hard because there's this one particular pose that gets me every time. It's called dragon, and it's where you have your foot by your hand. So imagine that foot by your hand and your other foot like all the way down to the ground, and then you're basically trying to get your hands all the way down to the ground in like a lunge position. It hurts my hip flexor a lot. But I'm opening up the hips, right? And that helps for hiking and running. So it's been super super cool getting to do it. So it's been kind of nice little weekly ritual.
Oh, I mean, I think the really cool thing about a lot of things that you've mentioned is that they can be done at home. They can be
Yeah.
done in a hotel room if you're on the road. I
Yep.
mean, no matter where you are, you can do some of these exercises, right? I think
Correct.
as you got into the gym and you started working on machines and things like that, that's really helped out. But honestly, there are a lot of things you can do without having the gym. I think
Absolutely.
being able to go to the gym though keeps people motivated and really
Mhm.
they won't do it at home, so they have to do it. You know, say I'm
Mhm.
going to the gym today. You
Yep.
know, I'm doing this, and that's great for a lot of people. My question is to you is have you started like any push up routine or something like that where to work on body strength or squats, something like that?
No push-ups, mostly because my physical therapist back, I guess it's been December now or January, said no push routines quite yet.
Okay.
I'm still kind of holding on to that just because I can feel still a bit tenderness. I can throw a baseball much further now, so I'm getting strength back in my right shoulder.
Okay.
But that's the only reason I haven't done any kind of push-ups, more from the push, only kind of pull. And then my chiropractor also said the same thing now for my back. Really, like rows are going to be really good. Like doing any kind of row or like cable pulling motion will be
Mhm.
super helpful for my back. So I haven't done anything like that. But squats and lunges, absolutely. So my legs, there's no stopping me on that. It's more the cardio, William. Like that's where
Yeah.
I'm like non-existent. I was running around with my son last week before his soccer game. I was just warming up with him, doing some
Mhm.
pretty sweet moves, by the way. I was. And I even impressed mom, by the way. And afterwards, I was huffing and puffing, and that was like 30 seconds of running.
Wow.
So working up to that, I talked to my daughter last night. She wants to sign up for a 10K again. We took off last year because I was sick. We didn't run, so she wants to do a 10K again, which she did at the age of, I guess she would have been 8 was her first 10K. So now she'll probably be 10, I think, by the time she does it. So 10K at 10. And so I'm gonna work myself way up to get to that speed because she's a lot faster than I am now.
Yeah. And that's awesome, man. 10K at 10. Just think about it, man. She's got to wait till she gets to 100 to get to
100,
your goal of
100K.
100K.
I think she'll speed up faster once she gets a little bit older. But yeah,
Yeah.
10K I think, was really pushing it when she was 8, but she was determined. It wasn't all running. I mean, she did walk some of it, but most
Mhm.
of it was jogging. And she's just a determined person. You know her, like she
Yeah.
set out to do something, she's gonna do it.
Well, that's awesome. All right. Well, I think that about wraps it up
Mhm.
for today. Whatever you guys are doing in your fitness routine or anything that you think has been helpful for you, are
Mhm.
you first of all, a fan of a chiropractor or no? Go ahead and
Mhm.
leave it in the comments. We don't be
Love
afraid
to
to
know.
write something, guys.
Love to
You
know.
know, and maybe I should mention this kind of stuff at the beginning of videos because not a lot of people watch all the way to the end when I say write comments.
Yeah,
So, Daniel, your job is to remind me
I
next
will.
for, and the next one's going to be episode 30, if you can believe it. So,
Woo! And we're on a
yeah,
roll.
pretty crazy. But until then, guys, thank you so much. We appreciate it. Take it easy.
Peace.